From turkey to green bean casserole, we know what dishes make up a Thanksgiving meal, but what are the right types of wine to go with them?
Aha.
No.
Here to tell us is expert wine pairing gentleman Kirk Peterson.
Hi.
Yes.
Cheers.
He's the beverage director with Batali and Bastianich Hospitality Group. Good morning. Are we cheersing?
We're cheersing.
I love this.
When I
Why wouldn't
pretend
you?
like I know what I'm doing, I go like this first, but I
Yes.
have no clue what I'm doing. That's why you're here to help.
You're supposed to say what you smell.
I smell wine.
You'd be correct.
Thank you. Better than I thought. Tell me about your role of beverage director. What does a beverage director do?
So basically, I'm responsible for the beverages. So we have 4 outlets here in Las Vegas, and I make sure that people have delicious things to drink.
Nice job to have.
Wonderful. So we will all be sitting down to a Thanksgiving dinner, many of us this afternoon in just a few hours.
Certainly.
What are some of the pairings that you recommend?
Well, so I brought a kind of a lineup to suit many different tastes. Realistically, the thing about wine pairing, especially the holiday meal is a traditional Thanksgiving dinner is kind of a disaster from a wine pairing standpoint.
Yes.
If you were to be served a Thanksgiving meal like in a fine dining restaurant, we would give you all the food and courses with a wine to pair with the individual things. Like green bean casserole and sweet potatoes would not come at the same time as turkey because they're different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the flavor of wine is readily apparent. I think that one of the things that maybe is a little bit more difficult for people to understand from a wine pairing standpoint is that sommeliers actually use a lot of the structure of wine to pair with your food. So all of these wines here, ranging from sparkling all the way down to sweet, have 2 things in common. One, they're all very high in acid, which is very important. Acid makes you salivate. The more you salivate, the more you're able to actually detect the flavors in your food.
Oh, wow, okay.
And the other important thing,
And so all wines are not highly acidic.
not all wines are
No.
highly acidic.
But one you would pair with a meal would be.
Correct. So, like actually, some some like very well-regarded domestic styles of wine, like some like Cabernet Sauvignon, that is oftentimes done in a very ripe style, which that ripeness actually means the acid is lower. So while it may be very explosive and impressive in terms of its flavor in isolation, sometimes when you pair it with food, it becomes a little bit cumbersome at times.
Oh, that's interesting. Does that mean you actually want kind of a younger wine, a wine that was harvested when the grape was not as ripe? Is that what you're saying? To pair with food?
Perfectly ripe. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
balance. Like you want it to be like you want to actually have wine that was harvested at the exact perfect point.
At the right
Wow.
time.
Yes.
What are we drinking right now? by the
This
way?
is actually Lambrusco. So Lambrusco is unfortunately a little bit of a maligned style of wine at this point because a lot of people remember the 70s and 80s. Lambrusco was exported from Italy to the U.S. and it was made in a very sort of like sweet, wine cooler kind of style.
And then people kind of got...
And then people kind of taste changed. People, that kind of went out of fashion. Realistically, real Lambrusco never went away. It just kind of stayed in Italy. This is what you would really think of as real Lambrusco. It is it can be dry, off-dry, sweet. This is a drier style, but it's made as a serious wine. It's red wine that's sparkling, and it also has the other significant thing about the structure of these wines is it's almost entirely devoid of tannin. Tannin's that thing that kind of makes the moisture suck out of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that tends to clash with a variety of dishes.
I have to say, you have a very elegant hold on a wine glass.
Ah.
You have experience there. Are we going to play a little game?
We're going to play a little game show here. Here's the situation. We're going to show a picture of food, then we're going to show the wine that goes with it. You need to help me try to be somewhat, smart.
Prepared. Yes.
Prepared.
Absolutely.
I have big words. Smart.
I'll
and
throw
stuff.
smart right at you.
All right, here we go. So first picture, what goes well with a green bean casserole?
Okay, so I would say that there's probably 3 things that are going to go very well with a green bean casserole.
Okay.
Number 1, the Lambrusco and the champagne,
Okay.
Champagne.
because champagne goes with everything.
Yes.
It goes with JJ.
It goes with everything. If you really don't know what else to bring, what else to drink, just drink champagne. You'll be fine.
Yes.
So that's the king of all this, essentially, the wines. If you're going to bring one,
Yes.
that's the one to bring.
Absolutely.
And I would add, my personal recommendation is get a Brut because the rosés can be really, really sweet for some people.
Sometimes. I mean, the sweetness level and the color are independent of one another, but there's a bunch of crazy French language on the front label. So,
Very good.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
If you find something you like, run with it.
What would you recommend next? Yes.
Okay, yeah, here's the next picture. and what is that? A sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Yeah, sweet potato.
Sometimes with marshmallows.
So yeah, realistically, I would say that you want something that has like some ripeness to it, but probably not a fully sweet style of wine. I would go with a domestic Pinot Noir.
Awesome. Very cool.
Pinot.
We have one more picture to take a look
Okay.
at, and this one is Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
sprouts.
Brussels
the,
sprouts.
the kids' favorite. Yes.
So I mean, I'd say realistically, you want something with a little hint of green to it. So you on the white side, we have a lovely Chardonnay here from France. They kind of invented that. Pretty tasty. And then here we also have one of my favorites. Is actually from the northwestern part of Italy. It's Barbera. Very like supple, sweet cherries, sage. Very food-friendly one.
Very cool
You
stuff.
know what? This has been very civilized having you here.
No.
And I think after speaking with you, I think it would be really nice actually to slow Thanksgiving down and have it in courses.
There we go.
That might be really nice.
Let's do it.
We'll start a trend.
And drink
Cheers.
more wine.
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you
Remember
so
to check
much.
out thevegasmorningblend.com. You're going to see on our website past segments, Facebook and Twitter links and recipes. And we'll have a link to this gentleman here as well. Carnevino.com is right there. We'll be back.
Cheers.